Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you've never stopped by my channel before, my name is Molly Ann and I make a variety of videos, kind of just depending on what I feel like filming. But today's video is going to be a foundation review. I'm going to be reviewing the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I've been using this for quite some time, so I wanted to put up a review for you guys. I'd say I've probably been using it honestly for about 2 months, so I feel that I have a very good understanding of how this product works for me enough to give you guys a review. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the type of skin that I have, because I feel like your skin type says a lot about how foundations are going to work on your skin. So for me, I have combination oily skin, so my skin's a combo of dry. I have my dry patches, and I'm more dry in the wintertime than any other months, but that's to be expected. But I am predominantly very oily, so I'm constantly blotting my face throughout the day and different stuff like that. So I try to find things that work good with oily skin, but sometimes too I'm just really curious and I want to try out a bunch of foundations. So I am going to go ahead and give you guys my review. I have a lot of the information that I want to talk about on my phone. I actually pulled up this foundation up on the Too Faced website, so I'm going to be reading directly from the Too Faced website, and if I remember, I will link this exact product in like the description box so you guys can check it out if it's something maybe you guys are interested in. But all the information I'm pulling is from Too Faced, so it's not my own information. I will be giving my own opinions on stuff, but yeah. So this is the Born This Way foundation. It's undetectable medium to full coverage foundation, oil free. So I'm in the color Ivory, and I got matched at the Ulta store. My mom and I both purchased this about 2 months ago. So I've been using it every day, pretty much every day since I purchased it, and I was super excited about it because I kind of wanted a foundation that was a little bit more natural looking, to just kind of test it out and see how I liked it. So I don't know, I guess I just didn't really like it, and I don't know what it is exactly about it. I think it's just I don't like the way it applies on my face and the way it lies on my face. I feel like some people can wear this and it's going to look really great on them, and clearly it must, because on the website it has a 4.5 out of 5-star review. So clearly people do like this. Me, I'm not a fan of it. It ranges in 24 different colors, so there's 24 different colors to choose from. I'm clearly near the more like very light side of it, not the dark side, and it is a $39 foundation. Now I will say, packaging wise, I love the package. I like how it's kind of frosted. I like that it has a cap. It's a pump, which is great, and this is super cute on the top. You get, I don't even know how many ounces you get in this, 1.0 fluid ounces, which I feel like seems pretty regular for a foundation, but I don't know, some foundations I feel like have like 3 ounces, so maybe I'm just like completely blanking, but that's this. So on the website, like I said, 24 different shades going for $39, and the details of this is it's a medium to full undetectable coverage. So yes, it is medium to full. So for me, I wanted to try out the medium coverage first, so that's what I did, see how the medium looked on me. When I did medium coverage with it, I literally just did one layer, just very lightly, and I felt that my skin did not look really good. Obviously, it's going to be an undetectable kind of coverage, so you're not going to really tell that you have foundation on. That's kind of the whole purpose of this foundation. But for me, I did not like it whatsoever, because it just kind of felt like it just felt gross on my face. I felt like it wasn't evened out. I feel like you could still tell I had foundation on, but it almost was like, did she blend it out well enough? It just didn't look good on my face. So I tried it for medium coverage for a while and tried applying it different ways. I tried applying it with a brush. I tried applying it with a beauty blender, just my fingers, and I felt that any way I applied it, it was very streaky, especially if I used my beauty blender and my brush. It was streaky regardless of how I applied it, but not as streaky when I used it with my fingers. But I don't like to particularly use my hands or my fingers to apply foundation. I have skin that breaks out pretty easily anyways, so I just don't really like to use my fingers if I don't have to. Beauty blender is definitely my favorite way of applying it, and it was so streaky with the beauty blender. It was kind of ridiculous, and it was really frustrating to me to kind of have to like constantly fix it. And I felt that anytime I like put my hand on my face for like 2 seconds, you know, if I'm like sitting there like this or whatever, I just felt like every time I moved my hand away, it was like all on my hand, and that's one thing I do not like. I feel like it was very like transferable. Like if you'd pull a shirt over top of you, it would be all over your shirt. It was just really frustrating. So then I started trying it as full coverage to see if I liked it a little bit better. And then I really realized how kind of caked on it would look for something that's supposed to be undetectable. I felt that it was very caked on. And I just did not like the appearance of it on my face. Again, still very streaky. It felt very ghostly, and I don't know if that's just because the shade that the girl Ulta matched me with, but I just did not feel like it looked very good on my skin. I just felt like I looked really pale and streaky, and I felt like I was constantly trying to fix it, and it was driving me crazy. So this claims to be oil-free, and like I said, I have very oily skin, so things are going to appear very oily on me. So I always have to blot no matter what type of foundation I'm using. I'm always using at least 1 or 2 blotting sheets a day. So if I apply it about, 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm usually going to have to blot around 2 or 3, and then maybe again around 7 or 8. But I usually only have to blot about 2 times a day. With this foundation, I would apply it, say, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I felt by noon I was already needing to blot my face, and I felt like 2 hours later I needed to blot it again. And that was really frustrating to me because I didn't want to constantly be pulling out blotting sheets and blotting my face all day long. And every time I blotted my face, it was like the foundation was coming off on the blotting sheet. It wasn't just oil, but foundation was coming along with it. So that was kind of frustrating. So it says that coconut water helps delicately replenish skin's moisture levels without overhydrating. It's infused with the resilient alpine rose to brighten the skin's appearance and promote elasticity, and hyaluronic acid provides a long-lasting skin-balancing hydration for a smoother, more youthful appearance. I feel that my skin was not brightened when I used this. Like I said, I felt very ghostly. I didn't feel like I had very bright, luminous, young, elastic looking skin. I felt that my skin was really dingy and streaky and gross and dull looking. There was really nothing to it. Every time I used this foundation, I felt that I needed to, first of all, put on a ton of powder to even try to give myself any sort of coverage because it was so streaky. I felt like I was constantly going with powder trying to fix the streakiness. And then I was loading up with bronzer to try to give myself some color because I was so pale from this color, which maybe I should have tried a different color, but I feel like either way I still would have had these problems. And I just always felt like I was having to add a lot of extra products to give my skin some color, some youthful, brightened look. I felt like it was just so dull on my skin. So for me personally, this was not a favorite foundation. I do not see myself repurchasing this ever again. Right now, honestly, I've stopped using it. I stopped using it about a week and a half ago just because I'm not impressed with it anymore. I really don't want to continue to keep using it. It's really frustrating to use just because of how streaky it is. So I'm trying different foundations out from the drugstore now. I'm trying to go back to drugstore foundations and see if there's one that I like, find one that I like. I haven't used drugstore foundations in a very long time, so I've been trying to kind of venture out into those foundations again. So hopefully I can find a new foundation that works really well for my skin. But like I said, Too Faced Born This Way is just not for me. Hopefully there are people out there that, really enjoy this, and maybe this works great on your skin, and if so, I really hope so, because it really does have the potential, I feel like, to be a very good foundation, but just for me, it did not work for me. So again, I will link this foundation and like all the stuff that I read from my phone off the Too Faced website. I will link that in the description box so you guys can kind of check it out. And if you guys are interested in buying this, maybe this is something you're kind of looking for, I will have it linked for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I will be back soon with some more videos. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!